Ace of Wands. Are we back in business? Okay. This is in reverse. Knight of Wands is in reverse. Okay. Very interesting. Eight of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. Nine of Wands. Ten of Cups. And you have the Knave of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. I have an Ace of Cups staring at me from a different deck out here. A deck I've been missing cards from. So I just kind of keep it for whatever reason. Anyway, tell me about this Knave and ooh. Oh, interesting. Somebody's been working on something, or they've, you know, because the Knight of Wands is someone who is very, I don't want to use the word aggressive. In reverse, he could be aggressive, but in the way that I'm seeing it is somebody who somebody who's very, I keep wanting to say aggressive. Somebody really could be being aggressive. Somebody very highly motivated, like a rabbit. A lot of oomph in them, ready to take on certain challenges. I'm excited. I'm intrigued. I'm ready to kind of dig in. I'm good at this. I'm ready to do the work. In reverse, the Knight to me, at least the way it's showing in here, is someone who's just lackluster. They've lost energy. They've lost motivation. Okay. Something may have happened, and this could be, you know, something else, especially with it being next to the Ace of Wands. It's very possible that somebody got distracted or pulled away from something. And it could have been something that was very lustful or lusty. Something that, you know, was very, very hopeful, but maybe it didn't pan out the way somebody wanted it to. So maybe now it's time for somebody to kind of take a different approach, maybe look into something else, or maybe even research something else. Kind of start to taking it back to, okay, less about the passion, less about the reason somebody's doing something, somebody focusing in on or zeroing in on something that they've been doing may have not been for the right reasons, or they just kind of had gotten distracted. And that could have been what was sucking somebody's energy, somebody's life force. And I think that that's a big part of it. Somebody's like bringing it back in, saying, this should be more about love and not about the lust or the desire for something. Okay, that's what I'm getting. There should be I'm coming from a different place in my energy, my auric field. I don't know why I'm saying that. There could have been something or someone in your auric field that could have been very distracting. Whatever it was, needing something that wasn't necessarily what you needed. Okay, the desire, but it wasn't necessarily something that was needed. You follow? We always need love. We don't always need certain things. Fill in the blank for however it is for you. You got this Nine of Swords and you have this Ten of Cups. And you have this Knave of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So, somebody could be finding out something that, you know, could be very disappointing, disheartening. And it may have done something to someone. It may have upset someone. You got the Four of Swords in reverse. Yeah, Knight of Cups in reverse. Three of Cups. Kind of staring at me in reverse. So you have, somebody could have found out something about a friend or just another person, an acquaintance. Fill in the blank. Finding out about something or someone, somebody that somebody was very close to, somebody that you looked up to, somebody that you respected. Maybe finding out that, you know, somebody may not have been very genuine about something. It may have caused somebody to, I don't want to necessarily say pull back or retreat. Somebody may be just like, I don't really want to kind of talk to someone, at least right now. Maybe not even anymore. It's Three of Cups. It really could be about, and I saw it, the way it was looking at me was in reverse. So maybe somebody doesn't want to move forward with somebody, something like the brakes are being kind of like stopped. Somebody's kind of like pumping the brakes a little bit. All right. I'm getting a funny feeling. It's like there's an element of, let me get some more on this. Something's not good. Yeah. So this could go a couple different ways. I have someone who, I got the Queen of Pentacles here. Somebody may have found out the truth about something. Found out that somebody that was, dishonest about something. Doesn't necessarily have to be somebody that was dishonest. I mean, it very well could be, but somebody may have done something for, So, judgment in the upright for me is a lot of times about integrity. Did you do things for the right reasons? What was the reasons why you did it? The reasons why somebody did something wasn't for the right reasons. Okay? And we all have different motivations. We don't always agree on the same thing. We all have different morals, codes of conduct that we follow. Okay? Wherever that came from, whether it is breeding. Why am I saying that? Whether it is, why do I want to say institutionalized? Branding, breeding. It's like a behavior, a code of conduct. Why do I want to keep saying legacy? What is all these words coming from? Why am I hearing all these words? Because they're not really making sense. Well, I'm going to have to figure out why these words are kind of coming into play. But what I feel as though it's like not coming from a right place to do something or to find something. Okay. I don't know if I want to use that example. Somebody wants to find out something. But what is the right reason for it? What is the reason for it? What is the motivation for somebody doing something? That's what it is. With it in reverse, there's no integrity behind it. So, okay, example, it's kind of like came up to somebody. But, I actually had a discussion the other night with somebody about this. But like hacking emails. Somebody could say, I was investigating this or I was looking into this for this reason, to find out something. And it could be under the guise of, let's say somebody, this is kind of like interesting. Let's say somebody they're saying that they're spying on somebody because they think they have the suspicion that they're doing something wrong. But there's no evidence proving that somebody's doing anything wrong. But they're doing it just because there's a suspicion. Or you want to catch somebody doing something. Or you think somebody's cheating or whatever. But let's say there's no red flags. Let's say there's nothing that makes that it's one thing if you have somebody who is doing certain things and you're like, oh, that's kind of funny. Why is this person doing that? You see the red flags, but your interest is like, I have to find out what these red flags are. And you can simply just like leave it and walk away from it and be like, something doesn't feel right. I'm just going to go with my intuition and not worry about needing an answer. I'm just going to listen to my intuition and just leave it at that. Okay. Letting go of the need to know. All right. You have somebody who's like, I'm feeling a little bit funny about this, but I want to dig further. Even though this has nothing to do with me, I need to dig further into it. So the reasons, it's just out of curiosity. It's just out of curiosity. I don't know where I'm going with this. Or I don't know where something is telling me to go with this. All right. Now, whatever it is, it just wasn't for the right reasons. Okay. It lacked integrity. Somebody did something that lacked integrity. Somebody could have been, with this Knight of Cups in reverse, this is someone who is trying to be nice, trying to manipulate somebody in order to get something from someone. because there's no integrity. They're being a certain way, especially with that Knight of Wands in reverse. They're doing something in order to get someone to drop their defenses. And they're probably pretending, that it's because, I love you or I care very much about you. But it has nothing to do with that. It doesn't have anything to do with that. There is no integrity with whatever this person's doing and why they're doing it. They're just doing it to do it because they have a very inquisitive nature. And they just need to know answers about things that they have no business knowing about. It's like it's none of your business. It's just none of your business. That's all it is. Why do you need to know? It has nothing to do with you. It does not affect your life in any way, shape, or form. Just wanting to know the gossip, wanting to know the dish, wanting to know the dirt on somebody when you're full of dirt. When you're full of dirt. You have dirt exploding out at the seams everywhere in your life. Yet, you have to know the dirt on someone else. Because, and God forbid, somehow your dirt gets exposed. That's the kind of person that somebody's dealing with. Okay? Somebody that is just filthy dirty. They're dirty. They have no morals. They have no integrity. They pretend to be someone of integrity. Okay? They need to be in other people's business. And they do things in order to get people to drop their guard. And they probably do things, they probably are very, very... The way that they speak, they get people to trust them. Okay? And that's what you got. Okay? You also have somebody here. I'm getting something about somebody who... So, this is interesting, and I'm not really sure why I'm getting this, but it's kind of like somebody who does something in order to get someone else to do it. So, let's say, I'm using this as an example because it's just what's coming to mind. But let's say somebody sends you some, let's say you're talking to somebody and they start sending you some, smutty pictures or nude pictures, in order to get you to drop your guard, your defense, so that you'll send something in return. Well, I never, it's like this, well, I never said that I was going to send them to you. You just willingly sent them. It doesn't mean that I'm going to send something in return. If you ask me, I might say yes, I might say no. Chances are you didn't ask me, and just sending me something in order to kind of plant that seed to make me feel like I have to give you something in return. Well, it doesn't work that way. Okay, so you could have something like that, like an element like that. It's like buying somebody something. If you're going to give somebody something, give it to them as a gift and let it be that. There should be no expectation of anything in return. Doing something, giving something to someone out of the expectation that they're going to give you something back is highly manipulative. And it has no integrity. Chances are, whoever's doing that, there's a reason behind why they're doing it. Okay? That's what you got. All right. It reminds me of... So I remember years ago when I used to be on, dating sites. Years and years and years ago. Who knows? But you have people who... A lot of predators, scammers, who try to talk you into sending them smutty pictures, dirty pictures. Things that are compromising, put you in a compromising position. And in the heat of everything, you send them pictures. Well, then that person has pictures and they're like, okay, now give me all your money or I'm going to put this on your social media. It's kind of like that. It's kind of giving something like that. All right. So anyway, I don't know. Somebody should probably know better. I mean, with this Eight of Pentacles and in the upright, it's almost like somebody should know better. All right. Somebody should know better. All right. If it's something like that, whether it's something that literal, as far as like that, but it could even be that somebody was just being very manipulative. Just keep your value. Keep your value. A lot of times people, we are always living under an assumption that we should do something, or people assume certain things. That's not always the case. Me being, especially like me being the way that I am, people will still try to plant seeds in my mind to get me to do certain things. I might play along with some things, but a lot of times I know the motives behind certain people. And I don't like people forcing me in order to read their mind. When people like force me to read their mind. When I get into that position, then it's just like I start to lose trust in someone. Because you're trying to manipulate me. And I don't really like that. I've had many people do that to me throughout my life. Until it's just like, it's done. You don't want to manipulate me. If you would like something, just ask me for it. You're going to either get a yes or a no. And you're just going to have to be comfortable with my yes or no answer. We have to have boundaries. And somebody's trying to make somebody drop their boundaries. Okay? Somebody could be testing somebody's boundaries. Maintain your value. Be firm on something. It's a good possibility that you could lose somebody by telling somebody no. But in the long run, think about it. What are you really losing? What are you really losing? A liability. Somebody that's doing that is a liability to you. It's time that we should stop, allowing people to manipulate us completely. Completely. We don't need that in our life. People need to stop exhibiting this behavior. Stop using it on us. Guilting us into doing certain things. If you would like something, you don't have to be sneaky about it. Just ask. You're going to get a yes or a no. And be confident with that. Be confident in giving them the yes or no. And they should be confident in your boundary. But those kind of games, maybe they shouldn't fly. It's a choice though. Sometimes there's people that get so attached to other people that they're like, in order to keep somebody in my life because I don't like being alone, I'm going to put up with their manipulation. I'm going to put up with their lies because I don't want to be alone, because I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be staring at four walls, because I may actually have to find something to do. I may actually have to read a book to learn and educate myself. Why do that? Why learn certain things about myself? Why learn what I like? Why learn about me when I can just have somebody else distract me from everything in life? So there's people that are afraid of that. I don't know why. Sometimes, that time in loneliness, you might find out how much you actually think highly of yourself and value yourself and realize how much you love your own company and how remarkable and amazing you are. By not lowering yourself and your standards to allow somebody to just drag you around by your heart just for the sake of, I don't want to be alone, or I don't want to learn anything about myself. I just want people to distract me all day long. So I'm going to settle for crappy behavior because I don't want to be alone. Think about it. So just be confident. Maintain your value. That's what we have with this Queen of Pentacles here. Maintain your value. All right. Let's find out about this person. Let's get one more. Two of Cups. Ten of Wands. The Fool in reverse. There could be somebody that's dealing with somebody. Six of Swords. Yeah, whoever this is, this could even be for the sake of love, or just the sake of companionship or relationship, or whatever it is. But the cost of it is so heavy. And it's just giving you more of the same thing. Again, I can't stress this enough. When you accept certain behaviors, the universe says, oh, you liked this. Okay, well, I'm going to give you what you want. A lot of times people don't realize that not only the way that we think and speak, but it's also our behaviors. When we act a certain way, when we move a certain way, You're telling the universe that this is who you are. The universe isn't playing anymore. It's not playing anymore. The universe is actually giving you exactly everything that you are and that you're being. If you've noticed or take notice, we are getting our mirror. I was telling somebody about this recently too. If you are upset with somebody, or you are ignoring somebody, or you are walking on eggshells, or you're afraid of messaging someone, or because you're upset, the universe is going to mirror that to you. So whoever it is that you are dealing with or talking to, or however it is that you're feeling about that person, whoever it is that you're feeling this way towards, that person is going to mirror it to you, whether they're cognizant of it or not. So the attitude of, I'm not messaging them, they're going to have to message me first. That's the exact energy that they're coming with too. Everything, take notice, is mirroring you. Take notice everywhere. TikTok, YouTube, the news, your everyday life, when you go out in public. However it is that you are is what's being mirrored to you. People that are aggressive, people that are argumentative. Think about it. That's the paradigm that we are in. Your paradigm. However it is that you're showing up in the world is how it's going to show up to you. Everything is mirroring. We must start being aware of our energy and what we're showing the world, because it's going to be showing it right back at you. So if you're telling the universe, I don't accept this behavior, the universe is like, okay, good. You don't deserve that anyway. But if that's what you like, we'll keep giving it to you. So when you actually put your foot down and say, no, I don't want that, that forces this person energetically to be like, well, this person is going to play along. I'm just going to go over here and find someone else who will do this. So you're stopping that energy in its tracks. Okay? I hope you're following. It's a very important message. If you're like, you know what, just for the sake of having somebody, it's too much, it's too heavy, the cost is too heavy, I don't want it. Okay, great. The universe is going to be like, okay, good. If you don't want that, wonderful. We're happy for you. You've passed the test. Now let's get you ready and let's bring something else around to you. Okay? Six of Swords. You're leaving that behind. You got the Six of Pentacles right here too. And you got the Magician. It's all alchemy. It's all alchemy. It's everything that you're creating. Okay? No. Is that? Yep. It is. It is. Temperance. I just said it. Alchemy. Choose the energy that you want to be in. Choose the energy that you want the universe to mirror back at you. Because, like I said, pay attention. Every action that we're taking is being mirrored back to us. Start paying attention. Start being aware. All right? I can keep going on and on about this, but you are what you eat. What are we eating? What are we ingesting? What are we absorbing? What are we consuming? We don't always consume through our mouth. We consume through our eyes. We consume through our energy. And we're being fed constantly. What are you feeding your energy? What are you feeding your aura? What are you feeding your body? What are you feeding your mind? What are you consuming? If you want to be in the right energy, you have to put yourself in the right circumstances, in the right energy, and the right people that you want to be around, what you want to attract. All right. Again, I can talk about this all day, but I'm going to leave it there. Like, comment, share, follow, hit the thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment. Tell me what you think. Have you been noticing how much the universe is mirroring us? Have you been noticing it through other people? Have you been flipping on the news and seeing people that are fighting with each other? Seeing angry people are actually around other angry people, and they're all getting a dose of their own medicine. Kind people are actually meeting other kind people and getting a dose of their medicine, which they should. So, let me know. Are you noticing it too? Because that's the world that we're in now.